All right, good morning. We're going to take up one case a little out of order. We have a special needs attorney, Mr. Runyon.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Thank you very much. On page 9 of the docket, Christopher Seals, CR 28. Judge, there's two motions. Top of the state, subject to this court's approval, we'd like to reset that for October 7th.
October the 7th,
Yes.
and that includes the motion to revoke bond.
Yes.
I think there was a communication issue. Running in his client.
All right.
There was.
West.
All right. This matter then will be reset for October the 7th.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. All right, first case on the, let's see if we have our inmates here. We have Nora Nicole Alioto. Is her not here? Who do we have inmate wise?
April Smithia.
April Smithia. Come up, please. Mr. Clemens, this is a motion for a bond hearing. She's, I think, filed a pro se motion for a bond hearing on a VOP.
I think we may have.
Unless you have something to revoke. There's a motion to revoke bond on.
Ms. Smithia, I have a pro se motion for a bond hearing, and then I have a VOP. That's all right. We have April R. Smithia, and that's Mr. Clemens' case, and we have a pro se motion for a bond.
Yes, Your Honor, I believe this was also set for a VOP hearing today.
It is.
And I think that we have an agreement on this.
We do.
You want to pass this until, are your microphones on your table on?
Your Honor, I have notes on the docket and I can't access OneDrive right now to reach my docket. That is why
Your notes on the docket are on a computer.
Yes, I printed the docket off and forgot to pick it up.
That's fine.
So they are on a computer and OneDrive's not working, so I just need to get
All right.
to email it to me.
Then do you want to just pass this for a little bit?
Yes, I'm so sorry.
All right. That's not a problem. That's the reason I use a paper calendar, though. So.
Add a fixed docket for the record, and I forgot to grab off the printer. That is on me. So sorry.
Thank you. All right. Who else do we have? Who do we have next inmate?
Just the one. Just.
Oh, she's on page 11.
Yeah. What are you doing? The inmates right now, so she.
Your Honor, if we could pass this one, please, I'd like to speak with the probation officer. I believe that we're going to have it.
All right. We'll put it on the second call then.
Judge, she hasn't even been arraigned under appeal.
It is for an arraignment, so let's go ahead and provide. Have you obtained a copy of this violation of probation?
Yes.
All right. Well, we'll give you another copy then. So. And do you wish a formal reading of that?
No.
Wow. So a formal reading has been waived and we'll enter a plea of not guilty. We'll put it on the second call to see if Ms. Is it Pascal?
Pascal.
Pascal. All right. If Ms. Pascal can work anything out, if not, we can give you another date for a hearing. Well, thank you.
Mr. Phipps.
I'm sorry, who?
Phipps.
Yes.
Yeah. Your Honor, this is Mr. Phipps, I believe. License request passes.
All right. Do you want to pass it to second call? What is his name again?
Mr. Phipps. Phipps.
Phipps. Okay, on page 8.
What's his first name?
Jason.
Jason William Phipps. All right, we'll put it on the second call.
Thank you. Rory.
First name? Dawson.
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 Rory, Dawson Rory. Clemens, this is your client.
Yes, Your Honor. And I believe we have an agreement on this, Your Honor.
We do. Mr. Clemens is going to announce it, because
Yes.
I do not have access to my notes.
Yes, ma'am.
So sorry.
Your Honor, thank you for your patience. With Your Honor's approval, we'd like to announce the following agreement.
All right.
He is currently on a diversion. He's going to admit to violating the terms of that diversion, but not have his diversion revoked. Instead, be sentenced to time served and have his badge right. He's got to do a rehab as a condition of probation. Detention. And he's already secured and approved in our rehab program and he's prepared to been accepted. It's his intention.
All right, so to make sure that we're all clear, he's going to admit that he's in violation of his probation, be
Yes.
revoked, but reinstated on time served.
Yes,
And
my recollection would not extend because he had it was so lengthy already. And mine, I want to confirm with probation, so I know we've lost some notes.
He is better at speaking.
I believe it is not going to be extended because he has so many years left on his probation.
all right, and so picking up where I was, then it's going to be revoked to serve his sentence, but suspended and reinstated on time served with the additional condition that he enter into and complete successfully a rehabilitation, an inpatient rehabilitation. Are those the terms of this agreement?
That is exactly right.
All right, then Mr. Rory, I need you to raise your right hand and let's have you placed under oath.
Do solemnly swear affirm the testimony you're about to provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. Thank you.
Thank you. State your full name for the record.
Dawson Axel Rory.
Mr. Rory, you're here today on a charge of violation of probation. I want to make sure that you understand your rights. Do you understand that you have a right to plead not guilty and to have a hearing in this court where the state would be required to prove to the legal standard that you had violated your probation? You understand that if we had that hearing, you would have the right to have a lawyer and have one appointed if you cannot afford your own, which of course we've done with appointing the public defender to represent you.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that if we had that hearing and I found you guilty, you could appeal whatever I did in your case to the Court of Criminal Appeals and have a lawyer appointed to help you with that appeal?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that by entering this plea, you're waiving your right to that hearing, to that appeal? All I'm going to do is approve what your lawyer and the state have agreed upon. And that's going to be to reinstate you to probation with this additional condition that you enter into and complete an inpatient rehabilitation program. You understand that? You understand that if you walk away from that or you get kicked out of that program, don't successfully complete it, then you're going to go to prison for the remainder of your sentence. You understand all of that?
Sir.
All right. You understand everything I've explained to you?
Yes, sir.
Do you want to plead guilty to the charge of violation of probation and waive your right to the hearing?
Yes, sir.
And upon your plea of guilty, I find you guilty, or that you be revoked to serve your sentence, but by agreement with the state and on time served, you'll be reinstated to probation and ordered as an additional condition of your probation that you enter into and complete an inpatient rehabilitation program that's agreed upon by your probation officer. All right. Thank you. Good luck to you. Oh, and if he was on a judicial diversion, that judicial diversion is revoked.
Your Honor, the intention of the agreement was to not revoke his diversion.
How can you not revoke his judicial diversion if he's being found guilty of violating his probation?
It appeared, Your Honor, that it was possible to do so. Your Honor, to find that he had violated the terms of his diversion, to sentence him as you have, to change the terms of his diversion, but leave his diversion intact. Our request.
We were agreeing to that, Your Honor, if you would go to treatment. Mr. Clemens has some case law that says we would have to go to a sentencing hearing, but we revoked.
Yeah, I mean, if we go to a sentencing hearing, I can sentence him within the range, give him more time than he actually got when he was placed on judicial diversion. So that's a choice he makes.
So we'll probably need a second call this one.
Well, I'm gonna reserve the issue of the revocation of his judicial diversion, until I look at any case law that may be provided to me, because my understanding is that you don't give somebody on a judicial diversion 2 or 3 chances and then still leave them on judicial diversion. First time they mess up, then that's the basis for revocation of the judicial diversion. And we'll see. I'll take a look at whatever case law you provide, and I'll reserve that issue.
Yes, Your Honor.
Right, that's Mr. Rory's judgment.
All right, let's talk about that. This hearing in front of Judge David D. Wolfe had a little bit of everything confusion over notes. A probation officer waiting in the wings, and ultimately a defendant navigating the delicate world of probation, diversion, and rehabilitation. Judge Wolfe was steady throughout, keeping the room organized even when attorneys admitted they didn't have their notes handy. He reminded them half patiently, half pointedly, why some judges still swear by a paper calendar. You could almost hear the courtroom chuckle when one lawyer sheepishly admitted he'd left his printed docket behind. Judge Wolfe didn't scold, but his calm insistence on moving the case along showed his preference for order over excuses. The most interesting portion came with defendant Dawson Axel Rory, represented by counsel. Rory admitted to violating probation terms, but, with an agreement in place, avoided a harsher outcome. The deal was straightforward: probation revoked, reinstated with time served, but with an added requirement: successful completion of an inpatient rehabilitation program. Judge Wolfe took the time to walk Rory carefully through his rights, making sure he understood the consequences. The exchange was patient, almost tutorial in tone, but there was no mistaking the gravity if Rory failed rehab. He'd face prison for the remainder of his sentence. Rory was respectful and cooperative, answering "yes, sir" steadily, giving the impression that he understood the stakes. The attorneys, for their part, managed to land on an agreement, but then stumbled over whether Rory's judicial diversion could actually remain intact after a violation. Defense counsel suggested it could, while Judge Wolfe, drawing from his own experience, reminded everyone that diversion isn't usually a 2 or 3 chances arrangement. That moment showed the judge's firm but thoughtful side. He didn't rule outright, but reserved the issue until he could review case law. It was classic Wolfe: cautious, deliberate, unwilling to cut corners just to move the docket along. The atmosphere overall was calm, if a bit disorganized at times, but never hostile. Even when lawyers forgot their notes or scrambled over the fine print of diversion law, Judge Wolfe maintained control without raising his voice or losing his composure. The defendant seemed genuinely willing to comply, and the juggling some logistical hiccups, ultimately worked with the court to land on a practical resolution. It was a hearing that showed both the everyday hiccups of courtroom life and the seriousness of probation violations, balanced by a judge who kept things fair, firm, and moving forward. If you found this hearing insightful, consider subscribing, hitting the bell, and letting me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every one.